the head of the UNHCR asked me, United Nations High Commission for Refugees, said to me, Riaan, we've got a camp. We sponsor this camp. We'll give you accommodation in our guest house. Please speak at this camp. We speak it. And I spoke at this camp, but I was surprised because when I got there, 200 people sitting in this hall, every person had an arm off, at the elbow or at the wrist. And yes, I was like you, 2001, 2000, watching TV and thinking I understood what it meant for those people who were in that scenario. And here I see all these people just loving my story. And when I tell you when they were in awe, they were dead quiet listening to my stories. And I don't have great stories to tell. Here I'm just showing them.
Some may disagree with that.
No, I'm building a CV. I think I am. I don't think I've definitely not arrived at stories. But, here I was telling them my story, and I was emotional, man. When I was walking off the stage, they were applauding on those tables, with most of them with the stumps of their arms. Yes, and I had tears in my eyes walking off the stage, and then I got onto this road, the United Nations guy next to me, and he wasn't saying a word, and then somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and I turned around, it was a lady with her baby on her waist, and shortening the whole story is that the baby's arm was off at the elbow, and speaking to her for a little while, no South African will ask somebody just blatantly, what happened to you, and she just explained to me the story after asking her, out of empathy, what happened. And she explained to me how she was in the middle of the night, woken up, herded like cattle, people drunk and drugged, similar rebel group that held me, and how they got her in the queue where in this. Have you guys watched the movie Blood Diamond? They speak about long sleeve and short sleeve, and they'd say the joke with them was that they didn't have money for business cards, so they would then leave a sign in your village for the village next door that they'd been there. So, here I was listening to this lady tell me a story, standing in this dusty little road, already emotional, and she tells me how she was in that queue, with dark in the middle of the night, room set up with a table, candles, a panga, and the people in front of her, 3 or 4 of them going in front and having literally their arms chopped off. A choice, you could have a long sleeve or a short sleeve. And then she goes in, and then she said to me she was just trying to join the words that would stop a human being from doing that to her. And she just said this guy was arrogant, and I just see a guy rocking on a chair, similar to a room that I was held in. And that guy, she said to him, listen, please, man, I don't come from this village. I don't have a husband. My husband has died in this war. The baby needs a mother. You can't do this to me. I don't even have a job. Please, I need to look after my baby. And the guy looked at the guy that was standing on her right. He ripped the baby away from her, threw her baby on the table, and chopped her baby's arm off. And then she just said they threw her baby back, and the other guy was kicking her from behind, saying to her, go, we've given you what you wanted. And, it's a rough story. But while she's telling me that story, the baby is playing with the other arm, playing with my shirt. And, I can't tell you, people always come with their lessons. And if companies book me for public speaking, they think I'm coming with 7, 8 life's lessons. And I tell them what I've learned. I tell you what, that lady didn't have to list anything for me. I don't see people in the same light as I ever did from that moment onwards in any way whatsoever, fraction at all. I also... I think I convinced myself that we as South Africans are a little bit arrogant. We do. We believe there's deepest, darkest Africa. Who the hell are we to say there's deepest, darkest Africa when those people haven't had 1 ounce of choice that I've had in my life?